guys, so I'm going to go over a quick itinerary and kind of Disney on a dime type video for you guys. So we are trying to do Disney on a dime. We're trying to do it really cheap this time. However, still staying on property, staying in the magic, doing all that stuff. We are annual pass holders, so we get 20% off on all of our merchandise. We get fantastic rates on hotels, and we actually, for this year, get 10% and 20% off a lot of quick service and table service restaurants. So we're trying to use that to our advantage, as well as packing lunches. So I figured I would kind of go over our day-to-day plans, how I've kind of budgeted for this, and how we're going to do it. So what I am personally doing is I went through, I looked at our days, I figured out when we could pack, when it made sense to pack a lunch, eat at our resort, eat, you know, in Disney. And I went through and I basically figured out that I'm going to buy a gift card for $100 one day, $200 the next day, $100 one day, $200 the next day. I bought separate gift cards, and you'll kind of see the method to my madness as I go on, and I'll kind of talk about this. But so we are arriving on a Sunday and we're leaving on a Sunday. The day that we arrive, we are going to have breakfast at home. We will have lunch on the road. I'm just going to pack up some lunches for us and have lunch on the road. We could also decide to stop somewhere and get fast food, and I'm not even counting for that. It'll be $20 to $30 because we eat off the dollar menu, or we eat at Chick-fil-A for $30. Super, super cheap. We'll have drinks in the car. We won't need to buy drinks. We can just buy like a sandwich and fries or whatever somewhere. So that day doesn't count. And then we're kind of up in the air what we want to do on Sunday, but I've budgeted $100 for a meal, and currently we have an ADR for Mama Melrose. We love Mama Melrose. It's just an amazing meal, and basically my kids will share meals. Casey and Ellie will share a meal. Neither of them eat a lot. They're not big eaters, especially at Disney portions. They just don't eat a lot. And then normally Trevor, Aubrey, and I will get 2 meals, and we'll all kind of split them and pick off of each other and just, you know, do it that way, and it tends to work really great. And then my husband gets a meal, so we typically buy like 2 kids meals and 2 adult meals, and that always fills everybody up. All right, so Sunday we don't have any fast passes because it wouldn't allow us to make fast passes. Something with our annual pass, I don't know, I didn't try to press it, I didn't care that much. But we are gonna go to Hollywood Studios. We're gonna ride what we can. I would love to ride Toy Story Midway Mania as a family. We haven't ridden as a family in a long time because typically my husband goes off to Rock and Roller Coaster with my oldest son, and then me and all the other kids ride Toy Story Midway Mania. So I would love to do that. If not, we want to do things that we haven't done in a while or ever. Muppets, maybe the Indiana Jones show, maybe some of the other shows. Really take our time and walk around the Star Wars area. Let my husband and my oldest son ride Rock and Roller Coaster or Tower of Terror if they want. I feel that at night sometimes Hollywood Studios does kind of like hit or miss. You can get some really good, you know, times for like wait times or whatever. So that's what we hope to do at Hollywood Studios, have our dinner at Mama Melrose, and we want to see Fantasmic. We haven't seen Fantasmic in a really long time since our first trip, and that is our main goal for that Sunday. If we decide to bail on Hollywood Studios, we'll just either hang out at the pool or go to Disney Springs and have dinner there. Either way, I know it'll be $100 or less. So we have the $100 gift card for that. If we do eat at Mama Melrose, it is the 10% discount, which is nice. So we're calling it day 1 because it's the first full day that we're at Disney. It's the day that we had really planned as our first day at Disney, and that's going to be at Animal Kingdom. We are going to wake up early in the morning, get there like we do. We rope drop pretty much every single day that we're there. We rope drop. We will rope drop. We will add $200 to our gift card balance. If we have anything left over from the day before, great, but I'm counting on us having really 0 left over. But we have $200 in our gift card balance, and we are going to have breakfast at Tusker House. So our breakfast reservation is at 10:15. I'm hoping that we'll really get in around 10:30, start eating at 10:45 or 11. So it's kind of that breakfast lunch thing, which is perfect because we can kind of have 2 meals. We don't have to have an extra meal. Maybe that morning the kids may wake up and maybe have like a Go-Gurt on the way. I'm fine not to eat, and then my husband won't eat and he'll be complaining the entire time, but as soon as we eat, he'll like fill up. But yeah, so we are gonna wake up, go to the safari, do the safari first thing, and see if there's anything quickly we can do that doesn't have that long of a wait. Maybe Kali River Rapids, because a lot of people aren't gonna wanna get wet first thing in the morning. My only fear is though, is if we do Kali and we do get soaked and then we have to go do the ADR for Tusker House, you know, I may not wanna do that. But we're gonna see what we can find. Maybe meet a character, maybe do It's Tough to Be a Bug, you know, something nearby. Or even just go into Avatar and walk around a little bit if we can get in that early and just walk around, because I think most people are going to be running to the rides if we just kind of took all, you know, the sights and sounds in. We'll see. We're not big on crowds. You know, we may go to Avatar and say nope, never mind, or Pandora, whatever they're calling it, and, you know, find something else to do. So then we'll have our ADR for Tusker House. We hope to leave Tusker House and do the Lion King show. Tusker House is going to be about $150 with the discount and tip for us. So we have about $50 left over for the day. And then, you know, kind of make our way to our fast passes. We have fast passes for Primeval, for one of the Avatar rides much later in the day, and for Everest. So we'll ride all those. I would love to get Nemo into if we can fit it in. Maybe see some characters we haven't seen in a while. Russell and Doug, Mickey and Minnie that are in the Outpost. Just some of the characters that are there. You know, we wouldn't mind getting to see some different characters and see some different things we haven't seen. We really want to see Flights of Wonder this time and just take our time and take it all in. Where we will have had breakfast around 10:15 or whatever, you know, 10:30, 10:45. I don't think we'll be hungry. I will have some snacks and water and Powerades in my bag. But we really hope that after Tusker House, we're not spending any money on food in the parks. And then this day we plan on leaving around like 6 o'clock after our last fast pass. And we actually are going to go off site and we're going to have lunch at either like Wendy's or dinner at like Wendy's or Chick-fil-A or something like that. It'll be $30 at the very most. And now we're still $20 under budget for the day. This day we'll just kind of maybe night swim or whatever. So the next day we are going to wake up in the morning and either rope drop or just get there when our fast passes start, and we are going to Hollywood Studios again. So whatever we didn't get done on Sunday, we'll get done this day. We have fast passes for Toy Story and Rock and Roller Coaster, Star Tours, and Frozen and the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. We'll get all that stuff done. We would like to walk around the little Star Wars area. Ellie maybe wants to meet one of the Disney Junior characters. The kids may want to see Baby Groot. And just take our time, enjoy the park. This day we will have breakfast in our room. We will have a packed lunch. I am basically going to be making the kids Lunchables, Ritz crackers, pepperonis and cheese with some fruit, you know, a cookie and a drink, you know, whatever it may be. And then, or sandwiches. Those are the 2-pack lunches that we're bringing. My husband's going to have them as well as I am. And we're not going to do them every day, but we're going to do, you know, quite often. And it's a huge way to save money. I mean, huge way to save money. So we'll stop kind of midday somewhere, and we're thinking maybe watch like the Star Wars show that they do on the stage and have some lunch. We would also like to get the Beauty and the Beast show in. I love Beauty and the Beast. I've never seen the show. We would really like to do that. Maybe the Pixar show. Again, whatever we don't get done on Sunday, we'll have on this day. And then we're going to be leaving the parks kind of midday this day. Go back. Our kids don't nap, but we're thinking it's going to be hot. Maybe they'll want to swim, cool off. My husband may take a nap. If any of the kids want to stay back, one of us will kind of stay back if someone wants to stay back, or if my husband wants to stay back, and they can just kind of have some like electronic time or just, you know, out of the sun time. And then the rest will go to the pool, swim, you know, do whatever. And then we have friends coming into town this day, and we are going to meet up at 5 o'clock at T-Rex. They are staying at Old Key West. We are at Port Orleans Riverside, so we're all real close to Disney Springs, and we'll just run over and have T-Rex. We had a ton of pressed penny change that I put in our coin jar, as well as what we had in our coin jar, and we were able to buy my husband a Landry's membership because his birthday month is the month that we are going. And basically we paid about $65 to have $100 worth of food at T-Rex, because when you buy the Landry's card, you pay $25, you get a $25 welcome bonus and a $25 birthday bonus. So he'll have both of those. Plus we bought a discount gift card from Raise.com for Landry's. So we have $100. We don't think it's going to be any more than that. The portions are huge there. The kids already kind of figured out what they wanted to do. Aubrey and Ellie are going to share a meal. Trevor and Casey are going to share a meal. I'm hoping I can convince my friend to share a meal with me because we both like the Cobb salad, but it's just huge and you don't eat it all. And then my husband will have his own meal. We think it's going to be well under $100. And so now we still have the like 20-ish bucks left over from yesterday. And then we had already paid the $100 for today. And I just kind of like figured it as, you know, even though I paid $65, I just said, oh, you know, we're fine. We won't buy that extra money to put it to 100, but you know, that's another meal, another day done. So now we are on to Wednesday, where we are going to Magic Kingdom, and this will be our first day at Magic Kingdom this trip, and we've put $200 on our food money, so we have $220 now. So our plans this morning are we are going to Rope Drop, and we'll just go and do something that we don't have a fast pass for, either Space or Splash or Peter Pan or, you know, something like that. Normally we can get quite a few things done those first few hours of being at the parks. My husband mentioned he's kind of like done with Space, like he's kind of over it, but I have a feeling that when we go there, you know, he won't. So most of the time when we Rope Drop, he takes the boys and goes to Space, I take the girls and we go to Buzz Lightyear, and then we typically run over and maybe do the Cars or Astro Orbiter, and then we typically go over and do like Dumbo or Barnstormer, and then we typically go over and do like Ariel. And around this time it's starting to get crowded, and that's around the time that I've made our Seven Dwarfs Fast Pass. So that's kind of what I'm thinking we'll do Seven Dwarfs, and then we have a ADR for Be Our Guest, and I actually can order now. I totally forgot to do that, but I think it's going to be around $60 to $70 for Be Our Guest. Not all of our kids will eat at Be Our Guest. Some of them will want a Uncrustable sandwich, and I'm not going to pay Disney $6.99 when I can bring one in myself. So I will bring in food for Casey and Ellie. They won't eat at Be Our Guest. Aubrey and Trevor will share a meal. I will get my own meal, but then they'll tend to take a little bit off of mine as well, or like maybe Casey will want some of my turkey or whatever, and then Jeff will have his own meal. We will bring our own drinks in, and that's a huge way we're saving money. We're honestly just getting water and putting some Mio in it, or we'll have Powerade or whatever. We also have fast passes for Big Thunder and Barnstormer this day. I also want to see the Festival of Fantasy Parade this day because it's been a little while since we've seen it. My husband will probably go off and ride rides. It's not his thing. But we want to do that. And then we want to, you know, just see some stuff and experience some stuff that we haven't done. Maybe get on the ferry boat and just take our time. And then we actually will stay all day this day, and we want to see the fireworks show. If the kids really tire out and they don't want to stay for that long, we may leave, you know, around like 3 o'clock, head back home, or maybe like 4, head back to the resort and just kind of swim a little bit or cool down, and then eat dinner at the resort. I have some soup that I'm going to bring, and I was going to make some soup and sandwiches and salads, or we have ravioli that we're going to bring, or obviously sandwiches or anything like that. So that is our game plan for that day. If not, if they want to stay at the park, then we still have plenty of money that we can do. I think we decided on Pecos Bills because it has the 20% off, so we can actually eat there for like $40 to $50. So at most we would spend $120 this day, and we went in with $220, so now we're already $100 under budget for this day. So now we will move on to Thursday, and this morning we are just going to take it easy. We're going to swim, do laundry, rest, relax, and just kind of, you know, get over the fact that we've kind of had some early mornings for the earlier part of the week. And we have an ADR at Homecoming for lunch this day, and my friend that's going with us has it as well. And I was originally thinking doing boardwalk pizza this day because that would be like $30 to $40. However, she mentioned wanting to maybe do an ADR, so I think we're going to do an ADR. I have $100 set aside for this. Again, we will share. We will all eat together. I really want to encourage the kids to not get soda and get water, not because I'm trying to be cheap, but just because it's going to be so hot and they have such a high chance of dehydrating that I don't mind like bringing some Mio and just squirting that in, but we'll see. But we have a budget of about $100 for Homecoming. Again, we've added $100 to our already, you know, budget of being 100, what did I just say, 120 over. And then we are going to Epcot that night with our family friends, and we are going to ride Nemo together. We are going to ride Test Track together, and then It looks like they have ADRs for Frozen and Spaceship Earth, which, you know, we'll ride if we can. We'll just kind of play it by ear that night and just enjoy being at Disney with our friends. We all had a really good time last time. The kids all got along, the adults got along. It was just a really fun time to be at Disney with friends. My friend and I wouldn't mind, you know, maybe having like a margarita or a slush and walking around World Showcase or something like that and just enjoying it. We closed down the park in Animal Kingdom that night, so maybe we'll close down the park this day, we'll see. And then dinner-wise this night, we'll either head over to Boardwalk real quick. We can go out, you know, through a World Showcase, or we were thinking Electric Umbrella. We are going to budget around $40 to $50. Obviously, if we do the Boardwalk Pizza, it'll be less than that. Electric Umbrella will be about that because we have, again, that 20% off. But, I mean, me and Trevor could share an adult meal that's like $10 at Electric Umbrella, and that's $5 a piece. So that's super cheap. And, again, bringing our own drinks, all that stuff. So, this day, I think I'm going to budget for us being about $60 under budget at this point in time. And then Friday comes, and so we're going to add another $200 to our meal plan budget. And we have fast passes early in the morning this day for Epcot. So we will get to Epcot and probably run to Soarin' since we did Test Track the night before. And then we have fast passes to meet Mickey and Goofy and Minnie and all them because we haven't done that since our first trip. Possibly go see Joy and Sadness and Baymax and, you know, do that kind of stuff. And then we have a Disney Pixar Short Film Festival fast pass. My son really enjoyed that, and you don't need the fast pass, but I just needed to use it on something. And then we have a Frozen Ever After fast pass. This day we have an ADR for Via Napoli. We can go to Via Napoli and get the large pizza for $40, and again, nobody get drinks or people get drinks, and I think we can get out of there for about $80. We go in with about $260, so I'm gonna say we're at $180 after lunch, and then we will leave the parks pretty much after lunch because I think we'll have done Epcot, go back, swim, hang out at a resort, rest, and this is another night that we'll have either soup or sandwiches or ravioli or, you know, something like that for dinner. And like I said, I think I mentioned we are what, like 160 under budget now. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna write it here. I'm trying to do math in my head and talking, and it's obviously not working. So on Saturday we will add $100 to our budget, so we'll say we'll be at 260. This is the day where it's going to see if we stayed on track. So if we've stayed on track, I have a surprise ADR for the kids. I mean, they know if we do good, then we can have this ADR. But we have, excuse me, we have a Ohana breakfast ADR in the morning, and that would be about 160. And I think the kids would really enjoy that and really, really love that. They all love Stitch, and that's at 9:40 in the morning. So we would kind of sleep in, pack up, get us a lot of our stuff packed away and just kind of have a more leisurely morning, and then get to Ohana, have Ohana breakfast, and then we have fast passes again with our friends. We have Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And then we all have an ADR for Whispering Canyon Cafe at night, and that is going to be about $125. So I would be, you know, at my budget if we did this, and the kids can decide. We don't want to spend that $160 on Ohana or, you know, whatever. So I'm leaving it up to them. We hope to see Stitch earlier in the week on Wednesday, so that it's not like, oh crap, we missed out on Stitch type of thing. But, you know, it's there if they want to do it. You know, the also thought process is, you know, we can do it when we go in August when we don't have the passes anymore, because there's going to be 2 days where we don't have passes, and we were thinking do a character breakfast and then go to the water parks. So that's something that it's on our mind too, and we told the kids, like, you know, would you rather do it that trip when we don't have anything to do that day? Again, that's something on our minds where we do have the one character breakfast, and then that would save us obviously $160. So like I said, you know, if we do both of those, we've kind of maxed out. If not, we're $160 under budget. And then the last day is that Sunday, and we really want to finish up breakfast and lunches that we have on hand, that we haven't eaten, and just try to get that done and used up, and, you know, also set aside something for lunch that day. But we don't have any plans to do any ADRs this day. We do have fast passes for both Avatar rides and the Safari in case we didn't get to do it, and the Rapids, because I figured then we can just switch them over to dry clothes on the way home. So, you know, I feel like we're doing good, and I feel like we're gonna have kind of one-ish meal a day in the parks, and we have a lot of good fast passes. And you know, I've been doing this for a little while, that I kind of know where the rides start in the morning and the end in the middle of the day. You know, if you go to Spaceship Earth in the morning, you're going to be waiting in a long line, and if you just wait until like 3 or 4 o'clock, it goes down tremendously. Like you'll be amazed how little you would have to wait. So it's just a matter of, we make fast passes for things that we truly want to do, things that have really long waits, and we just are constantly on the app looking at wait times and, you know, doing whatever we need to do. And I think that we're being smart with our food budget. You know, if my memory serves me correct, that's going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to be about $1,000 that we have set aside for food, and we might even come in lower than that. I honestly don't think that we will do Ohana. I think that the kids are just going to want to get to the parks and have a little bit more time in the parks. And you know, if they really wanted like a Mickey waffle, we have no problem going to the food court and just buying a couple plates of Mickey waffles for maybe 25 bucks, you know what I mean, and doing it that way. I just don't think that they would want to spend the money. And you know, we are eating at some good places, possibly Mama Melrose. Again, that's another one that I'm not sure if they're going to want to do or not. Tusker House, we have T-Rex, we have Be Our Guest Lunch, we have Pecos Bills, which again, you know, that may be one where they just say, you know what, I think I just want to go back to the room and eat there, and that's another savings of 60 bucks or whatever. What else do we have? We have Via Napoli. Again, that's one that I kind of added last minute. Homecoming we wanted to do for a little while. So we are having some Disney food. We are, you know, doing it that way. But we're also just trying to eat things that agree with our belly, or that have, you know, more normal food for what we're typical to eat or whatever. So I'm trying to pull up the numbers real quick to see what it would have cost us on the Disney dining plan. So yeah, if we just got quick service, it would have been $1,450. If we got the table service plan, it would have been $1,980 plus tips. So I think we're going to be somewhere around, I guess, anywhere between $700 to $1,000 for all of our food. And yeah, we do have food that we are going to be bringing that's maybe another $100 worth of food, but we would have been eating that anyways if we had stayed home. So I just kind of took it out of our grocery budget, if I'm being completely honest. So I think that we're doing it smart. I think that we're trying to really do Disney on a dime. Snack wise, I should also mention that. So we gave everybody a $20 gift card, just money that we had kind of squirreled away. If I had like dollars in my cash envelopes, I would just throw $1 aside here and there, and maybe a $5 here and there. So everyone has $20. Everyone has their own gift card, and that is their snack gift card. Anytime they want a snack, they are more than welcome to pull their card out and use it. I'm trying to be smart, and I have some like popcorn packets to bring for Casey because he loves popcorn, and popcorn doesn't mess with his belly, thank God. So I bought some popcorn because, you know, their popcorn may mess with his belly if it has stuff in it. So I bought popcorn in hopes that if he asks for that, I can say, well, would you want this bag of popcorn instead? But anytime they want a Mickey bar or whatever, they have 20, it's either 20 or $25, I forget, because I know we originally said 20, but then I was thinking, oh, maybe I should do 5 just for taxes or whatever. But they have their gift card for 4 or 5 snacks. That's more than enough. And then I have a Starbucks gift card that has enough for them. And I told them that I have enough for me to get like a couple coffees, and each time I get a coffee, I will let everyone pick a cake pop because they all like cake pops. So they have about 1 to 2 cake pops, and then they have their 4 to 5 snacks depending on what they get. They all have their own money. Trevor is going in with, I think he's going to go in with around $140, $150 when all is said and done. Casey will have like $75 Aubrey will have 80 to 90. Maybe Casey's gonna have 100. Casey might have 100 because I know Aubrey had less than him. And then Ellie, we're gonna give her like 30 to 40. And then we have a bunch of like stuff that we have here that we've bought from other stores that, you know, she can have. They also have their pens to trade. They have the pressed pennies. They have their autograph books, all that stuff, spending money wise. My spending money, I've just been setting aside a little bit of my Scentsy money and my YouTube money, and I have a little bit of money to buy what I want. My mom gave me a $50 gift card. There's not anything that I really have. There's one thing I have my eye on. You know, you'll never know when you get there. I wouldn't mind some more stuff for my kitchen, maybe a nice Disney wine glass, another princess mug, something like that. But we're really just trying to focus on having a really good time, doing some more stuff that we haven't done before. You know, everyone told us last trip, or all the trips, that, you know, doing the treehouse is kind of lame, it's kind of boring, you know, you won't, no, not the treehouse, Tom Sawyer Island, that's what it was. It's kind of lame, it's kind of boring, you probably won't have a lot of fun, you know, it's just whatever. And my kids love that. My husband loved it. It was so nice. If it's really crowded in the parks, go over there. Like, you feel almost like you're alone for a little bit, and it's a nice, like, okay, I can do this. I can handle the crowds again. You know, doing those things that you think are going to be lame. Like, we always thought Monsters University, the laugh floor, we always thought that was going to be lame. And I think that's one of our favorite things to do. PhilharMagic, we always thought that was going to be lame. One of our favorite things to do. That's why we hope to do things and try things and see some more shows. And we definitely want to see Fantasmic this time. We have no really desire to see the Illuminations. It's just not our thing. We've seen it a few times, like in passing, and it doesn't grab our kids' attention. Might see Rivers of Light, I don't know. And then we definitely want to see Happily Ever After. I think that's what it's called, the new fireworks show at Magic Kingdom. So we're staying on site, so we don't have to pay parking to park there. We will bring in our backpack full of our food. We brought the kids all some water bottles that are not only a water bottle but a misting thing, so that they can kind of cool themselves off. Lots and lots of water. We bought 2 filtered water bottles, so we will get water from Disney. Well, in the morning we will put ice in those water bottles, and then fill up all of our kids' water bottles as well after we filter them through our water bottle. And then throughout the day we'll ask Disney for ice water, and we will filter it through the 2 bottles that Jeff and I have and put it in the kids' bottles, and then we'll filter our own as well. And then that way everyone's drinking a lot of water. We have Mio, we will be bringing Powerades and Gatorades, and then we have sodas as well to have with lunch. So that's kind of our plan. I may buy 1 mug at the food court to have, like, if the kids want some hot chocolate at night, or I like tea. I don't really drink a lot of soda now. I prefer sweet tea, stuff like that. So, you know, it's kind of like no-brainer stuff. It's stuff that everyone's talked about, but when you sit down and really look at the numbers, and no, I don't want to be making sandwiches and all that stuff, but it is what it is. And I'm gonna pick a kid, and each day someone has to help me kind of get up a little bit earlier and help me get the bag packed full of food and get everything ready and get everything organized. And we will go in with like the shoebox type containers. We'll go in and kind of have those set aside with a bunch of stuff, and you know, everyone will just know, okay, when I go to make their lunches, I'll just say, okay, what does everyone want for your treat today? This is what fruit we're having. Because my plan is when they have sandwiches, they're gonna have their sandwich, a piece of fruit, a treat, and chips or crackers or something like that, and their drink. When they have Lunchables, they'll have their crackers, pepperoni, and cheese, fruit, and their treat and a drink. So yeah, that is kind of our itinerary, how we're saving a little bit more money. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your patience in this time with Ellie. I don't know how much longer it's going to be before we can do Day in the Lives, but we'll get through it. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys in our next video.